Hi, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be opening another Adventurous kit, and I'm really excited to open this up. A few weeks ago I opened one with my kids and we played all the games, and it was really a lot of fun. So I'll put that up above or link it down in the description box so you can check that one out as well. And if you are new to my channel, I created this channel as a homeschooling resource to do unboxings like we're doing today, to give you organizational ideas, curriculum ideas, and ways to invite Christ into your homeschool space. So if you're interested in those things, please hit that subscribe button and let's open this kit. So just as a little bit of a refresher, in case you haven't watched the other video I made about Adventurous, I wanted to tell you what they're about. So Adventurous makes these storytelling games that use text messages to kind of go through this story, and then they give you puzzles to help solve a mystery. And it really is a lot of fun and encourages a lot of critical thinking. So I'm excited to see what this one is all about. So this is the Pilfered painting. That word is just weird, first of all. I just feel like I'm always saying it wrong. And this kit is $20, but you can get it a little bit cheaper using my code, which is just my last name, Paulson. So I'll link that down below and you'll get 10% off if you use that. So let's open this kit and see what it has, and then we're gonna play it. So when we open it up, it says "Welcome Adventures" on the top. And then it has a little map or something. The last one was all about outer space, so this one will be fun to see what this one's about. So this is the map here. So it looks kind of like a town. It has a park and garden and then a whole bunch of different houses in there. And then in here we have our little envelope, which is gonna get us all started. And the last one had all the information we needed to text a number, and then the code to text the number so that we could start the story and start the game. So that's one of the things that will be in here as well. So I'm excited to see how this one goes. I'm sorry that this is so noisy. It's very sticky. Okay, so when we open it up, we get to slide all these things out, and it says private eye here. So then this is gonna go through and give us the number, and I think it'll give us the code as well to text. But then it has some different cards. So these are all gonna be our puzzles. There'll be a storyline going on through the text, and then we'll go through these puzzles if I don't drop them all. And I don't know what all this stuff is, but we'll play and explain it more. So this one looks like some sort of code that we're gonna have to crack. And last time, this was a lot of fun. You have to put it in the freezer and it will show a word. So my kids thought that was the greatest thing ever, and they kept doing it. So I imagine this is probably the same thing, I'm not really sure. And then like a little ticket pass to the metro and some more puzzle things here. And this is what we have. So these ones all look fun, and I'm excited to try this out. The last one was a little bit difficult for me to get started, but once we got going, it was fine. I'm just not this kind of a puzzle person, like an escape room puzzle person. And so I'm excited to let my kids get at this and excited to play with them. And so we're gonna go play and have fun, and we will let you know how it goes. So we just finished playing the Pilfered painting, and this was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it, and it was different than the Abandoned Astronaut. I wasn't sure how similar or different they were going to be, but I was glad to have a few different activities. You know, you're still texting and getting a story, but the activities were different.
Yep. We get a little text message.
Agatha Thrifties.
So the objective of this game is to capture the culprit who stole the painting by going on this puzzle solving adventure. And I loved how everything had all this mystery theme to it. So on this map, I thought this was really cute. Again, just really funny names that were enjoyable. Was Agatha Thrifties, like Agatha Christie. So my kids aren't familiar with all these jokes. They don't resonate with them because they're still kind of small, but I enjoyed them, and it was fun to explain to them, oh, Agatha Christie writes mysteries and stuff. So if your kids are a little bit older, they might get some of these references a little bit better, but mine don't. Or they did get this one though, Nancy Drew art. They have read some Nancy Drew, so that was a fun one for them. So these are hilarious to read. They have so many funny ones. This game took us about 45 minutes. It was pretty similar to the Abandoned Astronaut. I feel like these games could take longer if you let your kids do it more independently. My kids still are kind of young to do it independently, but if you're letting them try to sort it out and figure it out, it would probably take a long time. I think on the website, it says that it's an hour to an hour and a half on average, just kind of depending, again, on skill level and how much you want to get into it. You could have a really fun time reading the storyline on your phone and just making funny voices and all that kind of stuff. So I really, really enjoyed this game, and the activities were really fun. My kids like to take turns. Sometimes they fight over what they get to do, but they enjoyed taking turns. And there was, like I mentioned, some differences between the activities from the Abandoned Astronaut, from this one to this one. So I was glad that they had some different activities. In the Abandoned Astronaut, you do one that requires you to put it in the freezer. And then in the Pilfered painting, you do one where you have to warm it up instead. And so my kids loved that. We went and got the blow dryer and warmed it up, and they just thought that was really cool. So I like how there's all these fun different activities that get you, again, thinking differently about the world and viewing things. We still needed a little help from my husband, but once I got into the game, it's always on the first one. I think like once I get into it, I'm like pretty good. My mind's like in puzzle mode, but I'm just not very good at shifting my view of something. It's really hard for me to see something one way and then be like, okay, how can I look at it different and see words or whatever. So once I'm able to do that, it's like, oh, duh. Yes, that's the answer, but he just immediately sees those things and I don't. So that was a lot of fun as well. There was some activities with folding stuff. So this is a cute little ice cream cone, and then you spell a word. And then they also had this ticket thing that you punch through. And I thought they were really creative and fun and different than the last one. I feel like this kit was slightly harder. I don't know, that's just personally me. I felt like the different activities took just a smidge more time as we went through each one, and just a little bit more thinking. So I don't know if that's completely true, but that's kind of how I felt as I was going through it. This one is also for ages 6 to 12. So they are for the same age group. I just felt like this one was a little different. And this one is $20 and the Abandoned Astronaut is $15. I don't necessarily know why there's the price difference. There is a little bit added to the Pilfered painting. They have you trying to figure out who the criminal was. So they give you 3 cards of who it could be and tell you about these people. So that was fun. But then you're having to fill out this card and then put in the answer down here. So this was a little bit more. I felt like there was similar activities, the amount of activities, but then this was kind of something extra. So I don't know if that's why the pricing's a little bit higher, but that's just something that I noticed, and I'm not exactly sure why one is 20 and one is 15. So, and something you will notice, there is not writing on this one because we wrote on a separate sheet of paper. And some of these, I feel like you could play them over and over, or if you have a different group of people that you wanted to play with, maybe you have some friends, your kids' friends, to come over or something, then you could play it again. The game is the same. It's like any type of puzzle you do. It's the same puzzle every time you do it, but it just kind of gets easier for you to do it. So you could either invite new people over and have them play with you and have them try to figure it out, or you could maybe have your kids try it with more assisted help and then later have them try it more independently and see how they do and if they can remember, if they can figure out the clues, if they remember how to do those things. So those are some options if you wanted to play it more than once, which is why I try to write on a separate piece of paper. But not all the activities work that well that way. Because like this one, you have to fold it, so it'd be kind of hard to unfold this, and this one you punch. The Abandoned Astronaut would be a lot easier to play again because I feel like there was only one thing in there that you folded a little bit, and everything else you could write easily on a separate sheet of paper, whereas the Pilfered painting, there's a lot of things that you had to write on the paper or fold it or do something to it, so it would be harder to play it with another group of kids in the future. So those are just a few of the things that I noticed. So hopefully that is helpful. I feel like my brain's a little scattered at the moment. But again, you can get 10% off if you use my code, which will be down in the description. It's my last name, which is Paulson. So take advantage of that. And I hope you can enjoy this craft as much as we have. I guess it's not a craft, but this puzzle solving adventure. I hope you can enjoy it as much as we have, because it really has been a lot of fun and my kids get really excited to do it. They've been asking all week when we could do the other one. So they really enjoy it. So if you enjoy seeing these types of videos, please give me a thumbs up and I will see you next time.